Greetings, pilgrims, and welcome to another episode of the Polygon Pilgrimage. Today I wanted to show you a material that I made for my house project, and this is a painted wall material. As you can see here, as the light goes across the surface. This is commonly referred to as orange peel, so that's the material that we've created here. So I want to go over how I went about generating this material and show you the nodes. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So to begin with, started with the broad details, and what I did here was I chose this moisture noise because it gave me a large variety of shapes here that were very similar to what I wanted, but I could also affect them. So taking it into a transform 2D, all I did was halve the scale or double the scale depending on your, what you like to call it there. I like to call it halving the scale because the center got smaller. That's the way my brain works. Then I went and embossed this to kind of create that rough textured surface. And I would eventually throw that over into a normal map over here. Now let's move down to the fine details. For the fine details, I began with Gaussian spots, and again, transform detail, and I did a 1/4 scale, so I made this very small. And I did a emboss here, let's see, yes, an emboss, but I fed in a uniform color to kind of create these little pop marks in the wall, small indentations, pass it through levels in order to get better granularity control over here with the blend eventually. So that's two types of details. Then I wanted the really fine details. So we come down here, and this was a little bit more tricky, but I'll show you how we got there. So we take a cells 4, and I actually blurred it to create these kind of soft edged islands. I blurred it a second time to really soften up those islands. Then I brought it over into an emboss, and again fed it a color so that with the color here we actually get a better background to it. And then when I transform that and make it very small, you see what we start to end up with here. Now, the real magic is in mixing the normal map. This material is 90% normal map, so let's go up here and take a look at this. So bringing in the two raw inputs, and then doing a blend between the two normal maps, and I used this output as a mask between the two. And what you end up with is this normal map here. It's the same one you see over here, and it gave me quite a nice readout for what I was looking for. Quite the fine detail I wanted and the large detail all kind of blended together. Really very nice. And then the rest of it is pretty simple. It's very commonplace for what I do. Just feed the normal map right over. The color I will parameterize, and the color just gets fed directly in. There's no alterations to it. I could put a little bit of variety to that, maybe take a grayscaled version of this and blend it down to kind of get some of the light and darks, but honestly the normal map should do that, but I might do it just in case. And then over here to the roughness and metallic settings, this is my standard setup. Throw it into a grayscale conversion, blend it with a color so that I can have some more granular control, throw it through a levels, and then to the final output. And it's a little hard to see here. I'll zoom in quite a bit so you can see some of the fine details are there. And ultimately, obviously what we end up with is this guy over here. Let me full screen him so you can take a look. So this turned out really nice. I'm very happy with it. It gives that nice painted wall effect. You can even go extreme lighting conditions there to full bright, even when you're looking at a wall. Let's see there. Yeah, something like that, looking straight on it. It looks really good, especially from a distance. And so if you scale this up a bit, depending on the size of your wall, I think it'll turn out really nice. I'm very happy with it. So if you guys would like to have this material, I will upload this to the website, and I will put the download link in the description so you can take a look at this if you have suggestions on how we can make it better, or if you just want to poke at it and look at it and learn, you're more than welcome to. I really hope you've enjoyed. So as always, guys, keep practicing, get better, and I'll see you next time as the pilgrimage continues.